Hello, hello, hello. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to you. Wherever you are, whatever time it is when you listen to this. Welcome to my channel. Alright, so basically, alright, here the deal go, guys, right? So today, right, it was an attempt to um I guess uh trigger good memories. Um but even in the triggering the good memories, it reverts back to the whole situation, like I stated, with the whole roller coaster aspect, right? I was talking about somebody else and how their perspective and things of that nature would have went. In the whole idea and aspect of it, it kind of came up when I went to the Soldiers Memorial today. That was my first time actually being on the inside in 3D. In 5D, I've like had dreams and visions and all that other kind of shit about it, but that was my first time actually be there. I actually have some more posts to make in regards to it, right? And what I'm getting from it is it's about posters and posers, what that is. And even in the posters and posers, it's gonna be in the fashion aspect. So check your pose, check your posture, stuff like that. Okay. And things of that nature. I met a few new people along me walking around, and it made me feel pretty good. I was like, oh, okay, this is nice. This is cool. Um, there was a little bit of unfortunateness. But as you know, if you have mediumship and things of that nature, yeah, you'll handle transitions a little bit differently. And I will be so very honest. I've seen a lot of people pass away, like from make that genuine transition from 3D to 5D. So is yeah, I don't have the. I keep telling people I don't have the same thought process when it comes to handling what one would consider grief. I don't even grieve those things anymore. Even yeah, even with it being what I grieve is a lot of people grieve the wrong things. I know what this is talking about. How it is people grieve and mourn when a child is born versus yeah, and then they have a celebration when that person dies. That's why you motherfuckers is backwards. That's where the backwards portion is. That's what it is. I figured it out. So whoever watches this, there you go. I figured it out. The other thing is, right, the woman that I met today, she reminded me of one of my old instructors that I had. I haven't been in touch with her or anything, but she knows she will always have a very special place in my heart because I fucking love her. Yeah, she was one of them people who realistically she adhered to the standards that are presented in EEOC and all of that other stuff, right? Yeah, it was a matter of keeping things professional and not taking shit personal. So yeah, Julie Julie Ray Hagan. I fuck with her heavy, and I could feel her that being her little presence, telling me that yeah, she supports me and stuff like that, even though I'm not there, because she understands. Like me and her have had conversations about things, and she understood exactly where I was coming from with a lot of different avenues and whatnot. So, in that regard, yeah, just and the thing is, y'all want to know what really bothers me about a lot of this stuff that I liked the jobs that I was working in. I liked the career fields. Like I really enjoyed them, y'all. Yeah, and then it was like people took them away. So for Memorial Day, what I'm memorializing is different thoughts and paradigms and just putting a lot of those uh things to rest because I had to bury, for lack of better phrasing, a lot of higher vibratory thought patterns when it comes to applying them to people. I had to bury a lot of that shit. Like y'all, people don't understand when they do the death spells and the death rituals. Let's talk about this for a little bit. What you're really burying is who that person is and everything it is that they stand for. You're doing away with them in your life. It's not very many people who actually have power to make certain shit happen. To make certain shit happen, and But for those who do, what you're really killing off, and what they killed off in me, is that kind spirit, is what they constituted as a kind, devoted, loyal spirit. That's what they killed off in me. And it's one of those, for them now, I would appear to be the opposite, but that's because you killed all of that in me, or in whoever that person is. So there was that. With Monty. Oh no. Oh, okay. So no, because here's the deal that comes into place with it. I, yeah, I really want to say his first name. Yeah, here's the deal that comes with it, Dominique. If you gonna ask people 21 questions, you gotta expect for the same types of questions to come back at you. There, that's what I say to them. You asking me all these questions, asking all them questions, asking all them questions, asking all them questions, making statements, assuming. I hope that made you laugh when you listen to this. I really hope it. Okay, I'm hoping it really makes you laugh, because just lay off a little bit. Everything is always so tense. I know a lot of people always say, "Oh, you just so unbothered," or you so nonchalant, and it's quite the opposite. I care enough to stay calm so that when things get out of place and all hell breaks loose, that somebody still has their fucking head on. So you could call that nonchalant and unbothered if you want to. That's cool, but it is what it is. I told you what it was, so you ain't gotta make no statements, assuming about shit when it comes to me. So it's that part. The other thing, right? That came into place with it, or comes into place with it, is first day jitters, right? First day jitters, first day out. And at every job it is that I had, right? Yeah, I went into the interview my authentic self. In short, when I got hired on to both Delmar Gardens and Friendship Village, I showed them my authentic self with my white contacts. Yeah, my completely white contacts. They hired me when I was looking like that. That's how I looked when I got hired. So, yeah, and most of the people who had a lot of judgments in the administration, they were out of pocket anyway. They were out of pocket any damn way. Hell, fucking Antoine, as realistically, he the one who called. I don't even want to call him Soldier Boy, because I don't want to disrespect Soldier Boy like that. I don't. But he the one who called him to try and check me, not knowing that I'm the reason why that dude was even where he was. And sure, how you gonna call who you think the boss is on the actual person in charge? Get the fuck out of here. No. Yeah, and that's that whole insubordinate. Get the fuck out. And sure, none of these people actually work for me. I finished a lot of, I said it before and I'll say it again. I understood what karma was. And while everybody was doing their whole little thing of um playing games, right, with the meanings and the application of a karmic, right? I was actually doing the research on it. Yeah, that's why when it comes to the twin flame thing, I take what I need and I leave the rest. If I hear the word twin flame, I don't associate it with it being my quote unquote twin flame anymore. The reason why I don't do that is because I know that there are some people that are in my cove, that are in the cove, who, yeah, and other twin flames, we have to help one another, right? We got to help one another out. Part one and part two. There's also a few different meanings for that word. So when that comes up, I don't be like, oh my God, no, he did it. It's one of those. Okay, so which part of the twin flame journey is there some, not hesitancy, but there's some stagnation in? Yeah, because it's one of those. Yeah, because to my understanding, yeah, all of the twin flames, yeah, it's not that toxic. It's really not that toxic. That's the reason why I was like, oh my God, what is wrong with all of y'all? Did y'all pay attention? Or y'all even doing what y'all supposed to do? Y'all love, yeah, it's so many people who be using that damn term twin flame, and then it became popularized and shit, and the whole divine masculine aspect. I was like, okay, y'all do understand how things manifest. Now, for those of us who do get the deeper understanding, who have to present information, there's definitely something completely different. We get it, right? But yeah, and we can't always take time. You can't always take time and break it down for people who are dedicated to making a mistake. It's one of those, they make their mind up to mess some stuff up. So by any self-destruction, yeah, people who are self-destructive. Oh my God, it's like, oh my, why are you gonna destroy yourself? And then knowing that I'm a healer, yeah, healer, grid worker, light worker, there are other, and yeah, but there are other portions, and they expect for me to say, that's the thing that be messing me up, y'all, right? So if you're an intuitive, you will get this. They be expecting for you to tell them what the other ones are, because they too daggone lazy to get off their butt and do the work. 11 when I said it. They too lazy to actually do the work, and then they get an attitude with you because you know how to crack a joke and bring a little bit of life and joy into varying situations that realistically are very heavy, and that holds so much weight in your life and a part of your destiny and all of these other portions, right? And they like, oh, you talking about your destiny? No, no, no. Listen. For real though. You get motherfuckers who be like, oh, so you talking about your destiny? When you start learning fate, that's a big word. It's like, no, it's not. It's only 4 letters. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? It's like you try to not necessarily brush it off, but to incorporate a smile into it. And people will hate that about you so much. So for me, right? Yeah, because I've been studying for a while, but and applying it for as long as I've been studying it. That's just me. I can't speak for nobody else. And the reality is, and with me saying I can't speak for nobody else, it was 12/21. So that's the mirroring aspect. You can't really speak for somebody else when you don't know what the hell it is they got going on. That's why I like to mind my business. And I'm very proud of myself because before Memorial Day even hit, I got the bulk of my work done. I heard you waiting for that new energy to hit. Yes and no. Yes, yeah, yeah. Because I don't. Okay, so with me being a person of structure, right? I'm very structured. I learned that about myself because if I regulate me, I can't want nobody else have an opportunity to regulate me. This is also one of the things that people like to say is a trauma based thing, and realistically, no, it's not. Everything ain't fucking trauma, y'all. Everything ain't trauma. Look at the higher vibration of it. If you are regulating yourself, if you are in for instance an abusive situation to any capacity, and the regulation of yourself in this abusive relationship is to ensure that you go to a space or a place where you know this person won't come around, and you doing it long enough so you can get away from it. That's you. Yeah, that's not a trauma response. That's called survival instinct. That's a natural primitive instinct that we have. Yeah, because I was sitting back and I was thinking about it. I was like, oh my goodness, why are people continuously making it seem like survival instincts, and you building your mental, it's always constituted, yeah, or they saying like hypervigilance and vigilance. Okay, if you're an empath and you have, say for instance, you're an empath and you have visions, these are two completely different gifts. Of course you're going to be freaking hypervigilant. Yeah, some of this shit is just so common sense to me. I just heard me too, girl. It is. It's like, why? Why are they like this? Why are these people like this? And that's why that's why I be like, you know what, you damn humans. Damn humans just fucking shit up. You know? Yeah, and they want to do the word games and all this other stuff, and most of these motherfuckers don't even know the definitions of them. No, because it's been a couple times, actually, past couple days, for real, y'all. I wanted to just, yeah, I wanted to post the meanings of the word. I like that T.I. do that. I did see him do that. I was like, damn, that's smart. I, okay, whether I was doing that first or not, I don't know. I probably was though, because I got tired, because I picked up on this years ago that people were intentionally messing up the word, and they had already known that I'm a poet. So yeah, I'm a poet, and I even wrote a freaking poem a while ago about me being about what it is to be a scribe and all this other stuff. In short, I've written so many different poems and so many different facets and fashions to the point where I've currently ran out of topics. The one topic that I don't have a lot of poems in is love. And with the way that people is acting right now, yeah, they trying to make that shit difficult. This mother bitch. You raggedy midget bitch, get the fuck back. Leave me the fuck alone. Find you something safe to do. That's how I be feeling for real, y'all. I don't care. And that's the other problem. Yeah, I really would like for everybody to at least listen to this, take the information you need. But in addition to that, also try and smile. Everybody always, it's okay to process grief, but you have to pay attention. Yeah, because some people, what I'm getting from it is they they're grieving their depression, meaning they can't be depressed no more. They have to be accountable. So they have to go through the grieving stages of the fact of actual accountability and actual maturity and actual adulthood. Don't get caught up in that foolishness, y'all. I be telling, yeah, I'm so serious. Don't get caught up in that foolishness. Yeah, that, and the reality is, when whether it's the twin flame journey, star seed journey, angel journey, yeah, what doesn't matter really what it is. The reality of it is everybody has a goal and a purpose, and most of us hit a lot of benchmarks. One of the things that was really coming to me, and I'm so grateful that I was able to see my oldest girl and my grandbaby. Yes, I have a grandchild, because I know people be like, "Oh my God, you look so young." Look, it don't crack. It don't crack. It don't crack. That's all it is. But it feels like it is. And I found out I got 5 gray hairs. In any event, gonna leave that alone. Um, so in any event, no, I gotta redo my hair. My daughter told me I did a good job on it, but it was one of those. That's how that is that how that's supposed to look? Because that's not what I did to it. That wasn't the intent. So I'm gonna leave it alone. In any event, I know how to redo my hair. So here's a for that, literally. Yeah, because I don't know exactly how that affects. From what I've noticed that's been happening is whenever her go ahead say whatever you have to. Whenever Monty would get his hair braided, I'll be flipping. Yeah, I'll be going off and all mad and stuff. That's probably because the person is braiding tight. Yeah, so I can only imagine what would be happening over on the other side of things, and even in that regard, yeah, because with so many games it was that were played, it gypped me out of the opportunity to really get a hands-on feel for what it is that is really happening. Yeah, because I heard because you always in the spiritual world. I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm always in the spiritual world though. I wouldn't. I just have a good understanding of what it is that happens in the spirit world versus and how it is that it's anchored in 3D. That's what that's really about. I am a little chipper and happy right now. I feel good. Like you know how it is when you make a decision, right, y'all? Expect mutable madness. Sun, moon, rising, midheaven. I do kind of want to say Venus too has this, but it's primarily sun, moon, rising, and midheaven, right? And depending on which chart, for the more in depth, depending on which chart it is that you're operating out of, okay? Okay, but the main thing is, right? Yeah, because I was like, all right, you know, all this crazy stuff it is that happened, and I answered everybody else's questions, but nobody answered mine. And then this jerk, right? He gonna say something, I was just being pleasant like I'm supposed to be. Yeah, I love the Southern hospitality because it was only in the South that you could ask a person, hey, how you doing? And then you'll get tied up into a conversation for about a good 20 minutes. Yeah, and then y'all both separate and it's no problems. That's just normal behavior. I loved it, right? And a long time ago, I did set out to it was in Savannah, Georgia, though. That's what it was. Yeah, it was a bed and breakfast in Savannah, Georgia, and I wanted to visit it, and I wanted to have a real pretty dress, right? Real pretty dress, and go to like the opera or a stage play, right? That was something that I really wanted to do. I'm pretty sure that it had something to do with some past life stuff, but it was also some stuff that I wanted to do, right? Yeah, and considering that I pay my own way and everything that you see is what I bought out of my own money when I went to work and I invested in myself. I didn't have nobody invested in me. I think that's the thing that everybody keeps messing up with. When you mess with my money, that means you don't get no money. I can't do what you want me to do if I'm between blessings. So I can't, yeah, it's one of those, I can't reach your expectation when you not even providing the investment funds. The fuck? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. What? I'm serious. Oh, I love you too. But yeah, so there was that. I got to see, and I got to, for real, just relax quite a bit today. And I needed that. I really did. It was one of those, you know what? Fuck it. It is what it is. It's nothing. Yeah, it's the song, after you've done all you can, just stand. And even in regards to, yeah, because I don't mind facilitating information. That was one of the primary things that you learn in customer service is the facilitation of information. That's all that is whenever you do any person to person job. It's about facilitating the appropriate information according to whatever paradigm and in whatever avenue that person would need you to explain or facilitate or dictate what that information is or would be. So there's that portion. Um, Outside of that though, yeah, no, because I was thinking, I was like, oh my god, I done had a lot of jobs that I really liked them. They may have seen 2233 when I said that, and I'm only pointing this out because, yeah, because I'm amazed at what's coming out on the quote unquote angel numbers. In any event, yeah, because I'm not really looking at the clock. I'm kind of just staring off, but then I look down at it, whatever. Um, but a lot of the jobs it is that I had, they may seem mediocre to somebody else, but they brought me so much joy. God, they brought me so much joy. Yeah, and people just took it away. They just took it away. Bitch, I'm a tourist. What tourist don't like food and don't want to work around food? Hell, I lost more weight when I was working in a restaurant. I did. I was around the food, so I did. So yeah, so me smelling it, it just made me feel good to smell it. And then, yeah, preempted me to walk around and everything. Man, I got over 10,000 steps in it. And then these motherfuckers want to I'm Persian. It's like, oh my God. Yeah, I enjoyed the serving. And I thought that, here's the deal that comes, one of the things that I'm grieving in that regard is, I thought it was intended to be motivational for me with some of the banquets it was that I waitressed. Her, go ahead, talk about whatever you need to. Seriously, I thought it was. Because what happened in it was I was shown not only years ago that my gifts and abilities apply to varying avenues and aspects, but I was also shown that on the physical aspect that I was accepted and I was desirable in those moments with me working at the banquets. And what I mean by, yeah, I saw other women who were voluptuous and I was like, okay, we out here, yes. And we were complimenting each other. And yeah, and we had this amazing bond in the humanitarian aspect of being what constitutes as a voluptuous woman. right? So yeah, and it's like they took that away from me. I was like, you motherfucker. So I gotta find this shit all over again in some other avenue. The same thing that happened with me working with kids. Love working with children, being able to see them push past the barriers that somebody else put on them as far as learning was concerned. Oh, you talking about somebody? Yes, that just made my little heart open. I wasn't heartbroken. I was heart open, and it made me it preempted me to solution seek even more to help them out so that the next generations won't have them problems. And one of the things it is that happens is when you teach a child, you teach the whole family. That's the thing that, yeah, and that's what I mean by, educational barriers that'll come into place with me. And even with me being in nursing, right? Yeah, it was like I was able to see it was one of those, girl, you really are good at this shit. You shouldn't have put it off for as long as you did. And yeah, I didn't want to do it because it was something my mom did and it was a family thing. And I was like, I'm supposed to be breaking this kind of shit. But within doing that, it was one of those, I had a greater appreciation, even in those regards, for my mom, right? With me doing that type of work. Because it was like, I wish she would have talked to me about this kind of stuff when she would have got off. She didn't tell me about it. She told everybody else. Yeah, she told my sisters and everybody. She didn't tell me about it, though. I was responsible for making sure that the house was together and the sisters was good and decent and in order. And then even at one point, making sure I was at school on time and work on time. So, okay, don't call that hyper independence. Don't call that hyper independence. Because as an adult, you have to be able to balance and juggle all this stuff any damn way. So don't say there's hyper independence at a young age. Don't be mad because I matured faster than most people. You're not going to take my accomplishments, and that's what the other thing is. You're not going to classify my accomplishments as trauma. Because there are most grown people who were a hell of a lot older than me who couldn't even do it. Now, did I want those responsibilities? Absolutely not. But the mere fact that I didn't want them, and despite me not wanting those responsibilities, and I still not only overcame them, but I excelled at them, says a lot about what happens with Saturn. It ain't about what you feel. Yeah, because everybody wants to categorize, Now, I will say when it comes to like hustle culture, we need to do better with it. But being able to be a well rounded person, come on now, y'all. Yeah, it's like y'all be demonizing the wrong shit sometimes. Y'all do. Because it be feeling like y'all want a half of a person and then you wanna talk bad about them for being half of a person. It's like, okay, but that's what you wanted and that's what you prayed for. You prayed for somebody that you could split bills with. The hell that what? I'm just saying. They be praying for these types of things, but when they get it, you know, and then I'll even do you one better. Yeah, when a person will pray for somebody who will pay all the bills for them, but then they treat that person like they ain't shit. It's one of those, bitch. What are you doing? You're ruining him for the rest of us. You're gonna ruin him. Stop it. Don't do that. Oh, I hate you. I hate you, alfalfa. I'm just playing. No, seriously though, that does cause discord. That may mean something. Discord and discourse in humanity because people will get what they want, but they won't appreciate them getting what they want, getting what it is that they asked for. And then it's the whole greed aspect and all of that other stuff. But yeah, for the most part though, yeah, because I'm thinking I'm getting back into that whole avenue of aspect of me posting and having more of a social media presence again. I don't know how I feel about that just yet, y'all. No, I don't. Missy, you talking about Missy XI underscore? Yeah, I've been watching quite a few different people for quite some time. She was definitely one of them. But yeah, in short, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Like period. For everybody it is that I've come across on YouTube and period. And I'm not gonna be talking about some of the other ones it is that I found. I'm not because y'all like to play games with people and I ain't even gonna lie. Same cards, different heights. And yeah, she ruined it for so many different people. She really, really did. She really did. Her talk about it. It's so oh my goodness, am I Oh my God, I'm gonna start sounding like them. Oh, I gotta wrap my head around it. Is it bad? No, I don't, because I want to. It's the whole empath thing. It happens. It happens. Yeah, it happens with both of them. Oh my goodness. No, because it's happened with every person. When you get attached to them, it's like the creation of a language amongst a familiar group of people. That's what it is, so that one could be understood. Basically, what it boils down to. But but no, when it comes to everybody, right? I just had not a lot of epiphanal, or I had a lot of epiphanal moments over the course of these past couple of days, but within me being on the journey, period, it ain't about, yeah, don't look at it as, if you look at it as twin flame, soul mate, if you look at it as that, you're gonna fuck up and fail the damn test. Just pay attention to if a person treating you the way you want to be treated or not. And really, yeah, and if you can communicate to them and you see that, there may be some things that might be off and there's a reasonable explanation for it versus there is a unreasonable explanation. Her go ahead and say what you have to. Oh no, because I was talking to my daughter about some different things it is, some different observations that have come into place since I personally been on a journey, and it was really detrimental to me. It was like, oh my goodness, you have all these women who would be the same ethnicity. Like I'm gonna be honest with y'all for real. I didn't take it personal when I found out that any other ethnicity was attacking me. I did not take it personal at all. I was like, okay, this to be expected. And I didn't even take it personal when certain generations of those who are the same hue as me attacked. But when it was those who were younger than me and in the same age bracket, I was like, bitch, you raggedy midget, bitch. Yeah, I really took that. I took that part personal. I really did. Because it's one of those, I'm not your mama. So whoever did it to you, somebody along the way, if you call yourself attacking me, somebody along the way has already taught you this particular lesson and you need your ass whooped behind it. You've learned the lesson behind it. And for me to find out and really pay attention to the varying people over the years and it be highlighted once again that they would have done this to a lot of different people. See, people think that they only be getting it because of what they did to me. No, by the time I come around, you getting it because of what you did to a whole bunch of people. It wasn't just no one or two. No, it'd be a whole bunch of shit that be going on that I be seeing, and I be like, you know what? I'm not supposed to say nothing about that. I'm just supposed to do what I need to for me, so I ain't got to worry about that no more. Gotcha, 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 gotcha. Yeah, if you know what the finger guns are, that's what I'm doing. But yeah, so I was wondering, I was like, okay, yeah, that's why I'd be like, you know what? Let me just chill out because I know it's going to be some sort of chaos someday. I'm hearing The Fireman by Lil Wayne. Yeah, and sure, with first responders, you have to think I have first responder training in life. 3322, when I said that. It's not just a first responder attitude. Yeah, when you have those particular types of attachments and the particular journey that I'm in and on, yeah, you have a first responder attitude to everything. And on top of that, no, because you want to know something funny? No, the fact that to any capacity, a person would look at me as an alpha female. I am so serious. Don't judge me when I say this. No, I take it as a compliment. But I was like, damn, I'm an alpha female. When I last took that personality test, I wasn't. Yeah, people say, oh, you have a type A personality. Really? When I took the test when I was in, yeah, because they used to give us tests like that when I was in middle school. I was like, really? I'm a type A personality right now? Oh my goodness. Yeah, because when I took the test in middle school, I was a type B. What? I was? I was. They used to give us quizzes and all this other stuff, and that's a part of the research and studying tools. It is that instructors to any capacity and in any level have. Even professors, yeah, even professors and things of that nature, whether they're tenured or not or whatever, what have you, they have access to that. But the thing is, by the time you get to them, that level of learning, they're supposed, you as an individual should have already known these things about you by the time you get to college. And that's where, yeah, that's where you have to bridge the gap and find and that's where the divide is. Because you got to think, yeah, and when you in high school, you fucking 18 years old still asking to go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? You can't just get up and go to the bathroom for whatever regulations it is, or behavioral modification it is. Yeah, so but that's dealing a little bit more so too with the prison pipeline, school to prison pipelines that's been created. I'm not going to go into that. I am not going to go into that. I was just posting to let everybody know, yes, I am okay. I did have a good ass day today. Yeah, I could feel it in my glutes. Feel it in my glutes. And I was a swinger. It's the Alchemist Cove. You know that's how we do it around here. Around here. We know how to transmute all them schnitz, right? Um, but for real, it was a good. I'm feeling a lot more stable in a decision. I already made my decision. I'm going to stand on my decision, um, but what has a tendency to happen in immutable madness is when you have to consider when certain people want you to consider something that's not for you to consider. Does that make sense? I hope it does make sense. Um, yeah, in short, it's one of those. Here's my plate. I want you to eat off my plate too. One of those. Nah, no, thank you. I'm cool. I'm pretty full with what I already got. Okay, well, I'm gonna put it on your plate too. It's one of those. No, I said, okay, now I'm gonna throw the whole damn plate away. Fuck it, cause I don't want none of it now. Oh no, I'm not picky like that. But I don't like nobody to eat off my plate. I really don't. I really don't. And in that regard, I am definitely like a man. I am. I am. Or what I've seen masculinity be presented as is what I should say. Don't eat off my plate and don't reach across that damn table. You liable to pull back a nug. If I share food with you, that's how you know I love you for real. So serious. If I share the food that's on my plate with me, that's how you know that I love you and I care about you without me having to say it. And I don't know how many other signs do that. But yeah, so in that regard, I'm just hoping everybody's doing okay. Enjoying their day, right? Y'all know me. I'm gonna be probably studying something in a little bit after I finish listening to these little baby sex lyrics and sacral chakra starters. Be listening to those for a little bit and then, put that in together, with some studying and stuff. Yeah, to make studying and knowledge building sexy. Make it sexy. And yeah, and I'm gonna close this out by saying shout out to those of us who have been doing the sacral chakra work, whether it be shadow, paint, or enhancing the light work, in the light field, light auric field in regards to our sacral chakras, and Kundalini essence. Um, and yeah, purging it, not to purging it, and here's the deal that comes into place with purging it. It's more so a matter of you accepting for real what you like. It's not about what nobody else like. It's gonna be about you accepting what you like and finding those people who enjoy the same things that you like, the way you like it. So very serious. That's where a lot of people mess up with. I personally don't be feeling like, it'd be a lot of stuff that be really wrong. It is some stuff, right? But for the most part, it's one of those, no, it's not that bad. That's what you like. No, it was some stuff. It's some stuff that I'll just be looking at a person like, okay, you on your own with that one. Peakerism is definitely one of them. That's one of those. What? Yeah, ain't that when a person like sticking people with like sharp objects? Yeah, yeah, but they don't want to. Some people want to cause pain and so, but yeah, in short, don't poke the bear, and I'm the bear. I know y'all gotta think. I know all my stuff. And today, right, I did see bunnies. I saw a whole bunch of bunnies. I was like, oh my goodness, where you at? Where you at? Now, because I was talking to my daughter, and I was like, yeah, I was just telling, I was like, God, I'm gonna need me a husband. Let me get one of those. I know you taking care of some other stuff, but he could take care of me right now. I'm just saying, I'm just because I have a relationship with God Goddess, as some people will call them Yahweh, Ashera, um, Yahshua. Yeah, they. I don't. I've been sitting more so with the goddess aspect of it, uh, to remind me of my softness, right? Yeah, and be able to sit and be comfortable in it and be postured in it. But yeah. So yeah, I hope it helped y'all out just a little bit. I just wanted to get a few things out my brain because I know more than likely tomorrow I'm gonna be back at it again. Yeah, because you got to think the universe put me in quote unquote a time out with over the course of these past few months. Yeah, I was told, and I don't forget what I'm told, but the universe told me, no, ma'am, you need to go have a seat over here because we got to take care of this over here. So I was okay. Yeah, that's why when I was listening to a lot of the stuff, I was like, oh my God, for all these people to be spiritual, they sure as hell not paying attention to shit that spirit is saying. Oh, it wasn't just going across one table. It was that message was spread out. Okay, I'm thinking somebody is guessing four. No, it was 40. 40 different tables that I seen pretty much the same message going across and nobody was acknowledging it. And it was like people were acting as a vessel, but they wouldn't fill their own cup with what it is they just poured out. If you do quality control on your stuff, whether that's on yourself or it's on your videos, you'll get what I'm talking about. You'll get and know exactly what it is I'm talking about. But yeah, so ultimate light and love to y'all, okay? Yeah, I'm a close and seal this particular live stream, right? So that yeah, you just utilize it as for some people it's gonna be some guidance that would be necessary um for themselves, right? And yeah, light and love to y'all, okay? I just heard, oh, I love the way it's then got so much louder. But yes, I used to close my readings. I didn't lock them though. That's what it was. I would lock them um in three. I would lock them in the system, and then I noticed that the numbers still kept going up, even with them being private. I was like, there's some extra shit that's going on with this. That's what made me delete them. But yes, closing the reading was something that I initially did. I didn't seal it. I did lock it though. I would close it and then I would lock it. All right. Well, I'm probably gonna end up doing that. But yeah, so I heard wait. You didn't tell me about the guy. No, this mother shut your what? This asshole asked me what my name was, and I told him it's Fit, and he was like, "Is that the name your mama gave you?" I didn't say nothing else. You know why I didn't say nothing else? Because I was about to chew him up and spit him out. It's like, bitch, you're not my mama, so why the fuck you need to know my real motherfucking name? Why are you acting like? Yeah, it's one of those. Why are you acting like that? A bitch says hi and is cordial and nice to you, and all of a sudden you think that you supposed, yeah, that I'm supposed to owe you my whole motherfucking existence just because a bitch said good afternoon? Because you want some pussy? If you don't get your this is the reason why. Yes, because when I turn into Queen of Swords, it's not nice. Yeah, when I have to be negative, it's one of those you chew them up and spit them the fuck out. And I'm not, yeah, because that's the difference in my Sagittarius essence among the others. A Sagittarius, they'll chew you up and spit you out, and then they'll turn around and be like, now, are you hungry? Here you go. That's what they have in common with Cancer essence. Me, if I have to chew you up and spit you out, don't expect for me to feed your ass. What is wrong with you? Are you like that with kids? No, I'm not like that with kids. I'm not like that. Like, the reality of it is, I'm not like that with family, meaning spirit family is really finna understand what I'm saying. When you gotta cuss a person out too many times, or you always gotta go to the negative with that person, yeah, I don't want to deal with them no more. And it's a difference between the two of you getting in the trenches together, right? Linking up on the same team, and you're fighting, and yeah, you're fighting together against something that's opposing, opposed to you fighting against each other because you let somebody come in between your shit. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. This is the reason why, when it comes to marriage, God had to take it. Yes, God is. They had to take their time for me, because they know, if nothing else, I am. Yes, I'm too loyal, and I'm too good of a fucking person to have to been dealt with a lot of stuff it was that I dealt with. I know that. Now, other people have to admit and acknowledge and be accountable for them knowing that as well. And they just wanted to, they just didn't want to listen. Oh, you must be reading. You must be reading stuff. Okay. All right. So, in any event, I'm about to go kiss this picture real quick. Like love to y'all. I'm going to close and seal this out officially. Like love to you. All right. Because, see, remember, light work, it ain't light work. It is not light work. It is not light work, y'all. All right. And that's why you have to stay light while you work.